Rockefeller once said, you have to give up the good for the great. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the 4 routes into self-employment, and this actually comes from my book, Unleash Your Business Mojo. If you want to follow the series, get the book, and every week I'll be looking at a chapter, going into a bit more detail about what you can do and to support you on that journey towards being a virtual entrepreneur. Stay tuned for the very last one, because I think that's where a lot of us, including myself, are looking to go into entrepreneurship and make a mark, but as well make some money. Research shows that in 2020 we had over 3 million who were self-employed, and fast forward to 2024, those figures have risen by 1 million. So what are some of the reasons that you might want to choose self-employment? Of course, you want the freedom to do what you want, when you want, how you want it. You want some kind of control over your life, and also 9 to 5. Sometimes it can be a bit of a drag. You see all your friends going on holiday, being able to take time out to do those things that they're really passionate about. And come on, time is moving on. And if you're 40, 50, 60, if you don't take that risk to start self-employment, whether on the side or jump with both feet in, taking some precautions, of course, then when are you going to start? So now the first one is MLM. Network marketing. This is one of the easiest ways into self-employment. So this is a case of, you get paid by sales you make directly, and also by, expanding your network, bringing more people into your network. I actually call it the bring two people network, because that's how the business model works. It works on you selling a product or a service. Sometimes those services are not visible, and we all remember during the pandemic when Bitcoin and all of that blew up, and there were some network marketing MLM structures around that. So it could be anything. Popular ones: Mary Kay, Herbalife, Amway. So there are quite a few. I've actually joined a few in my time. Cabochon Jewelry, that's going back way into the 90s. And Organo Coffee, I hope I got that right. So there's so many. Just be mindful of the pros and the cons. Pros are obviously it's easy to get into. The cons are it's very difficult to make money in there. I think only the top 1%, and not even the top 1%, the top half of 1% make over 100,000. 25% make a return on the investment, i.e. make some profits, but most people do not do very well at it. So before you go into any of those, make sure you do your research. It's still an assisted kind of self-employment because you have a template, and I was going to say as long as you work the method, you get the results, but that's not true because it is very difficult. So the next one I'm going to go into is franchising. Now, franchising is where a successful business gives you the rights, the license to run their business. So obviously they give you a template, they guide you, so you are supported. And when we're looking at self-employment, this is probably one of the safest ones, because remember, if you start up your business yourself without the support and training, research tells us that if you start up a business self-employed, starting a business yourself, doing all the marketing, the branding, building all of that, your business has an 80% chance of failure within the first 5 years. However, if you start up a franchise, 80% of those businesses are successful within the same 5 years. So as you can see, setting up a franchise is better because it's a tried and trusted business model. They have all the templates, they give you the training. So some of these brands are quite popular, and like Starbucks, Subway, Papa John's, McDonald's, KFC, Krispy Kreme. And I know I've mentioned a lot of food brands because I like food, but they're franchises in whatever sector it is you choose, whether that's cleaning, real estate, it's vast. Some of the advantages are, as long as you follow the process, you are definitely more likely to succeed. So some of the cons are it is quite expensive to join these franchises. So you joining will be the franchisee, and the owner of the brand, the owner of the business would be the franchisor, and you do have to sign an agreement. Cons of that is that it is difficult to get out of. It might not be easy for you to sell it on when you decide to leave the business. So that's a difficult one, and you do sign these agreements that could be up to 10 years. So if you wanted to leave within those 10 years, you might have to pay a penalty. Even though you pay the high price to join, there's still ongoing costs. So you have to pay royalties because, of course, you're using a brand which has been built. You have to pay marketing, and there might be other additional costs. So you make sure you get a lawyer, read the contract, and make sure it's something that you really want to do, because if it's freedom you're looking for and you like to be in control of things, then franchising may not be the one for you. But it is still a great way to be self-employed, where you have the backing and practically someone to hold your hand. So the third business I'm going to talk about is a business that you set up yourself. So one thing to be mindful of is that when you set up a business, especially in these times where you have access to the internet and technology, it will be good for you to set up a scalable business. So a scalable business is a business where you start very small, but with a vision and intention of growing it to be a larger, possibly an international business. So when I talk about scalable businesses, try and think of the FANG, i.e. Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. Most of these are platforms, i.e. they're buyers, sellers on the platform, and these platforms, these businesses take advantage of all the people on the platform and then make money by advertising. So a lot of money is made by advertising, and even Netflix have recently changed their business model to be able to make money off those who are not willing to pay a higher price. So some of the cons of this business is obviously it takes a while, and some of these businesses, even after running for over 10 years, takes a lot of time for them to break even. Because now some of the pros of this business is obviously if you make it big, the chances are you go to IPO, where you launch on the stock market, and yeah, everybody gets paid. Obviously, remember, 80% of these businesses don't make it to the first 5 years anyway. But if you're lucky and are able to set up a business like that, just make sure you have a vision, you have good minds. Setting up a business like this, you can't be a lone ranger. If you want to go far, you go with others. But if you want to go fast, you go alone. And that might be fast into the 80% who don't make it. So you definitely need a lot of investors, a lot of people who support the vision. So you need to be able to communicate exactly what you're looking to get out of the business. Do your research. Who are your target audience? Are they able to pay? Can the economy support your business? And then who knows, you might not be able to launch on the stock market, but one of these big guys, one of the fans, one of the other guys within that industry might come and buy out your business. So it is a win-win. Now, obviously, the cons, as I've alluded to, it costs money and it does take time to build. You also need investors, angels, to invest in these companies when you set them up. So if you're thinking, yes, I've heard all of that, what's the last one? Now, the last one is a virtual entrepreneur. So these are where you take advantage of technology, some of the platforms, to make a decent living. Now, again, this takes time. It's not going to be an overnight success, but it is possible. There are multi-millionaires that have been made from these platforms. So whether that's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, even just on Google, writing a blog. So there's so many opportunities into virtual entrepreneurship. So you start small, and it depends on what your passion, what your experience, and what your skills are. So you could be a blogger, i.e. write, where you actually talk about things and become an affiliate marketer. So you have your products. You don't even need to own your own products. Just have a link to Amazon and sell other people's products and you get a cut. Or you can be a brand ambassador, where you talk about the product and get paid. You can become a coach, where you show people what you know. So let's give an example. Say you run a bakery. That is multiple streams of income right there. You run a bakery, you can show people what you do, you can sell your products, you can write a book about how to bake, you can coach people how to start up their own bakery. So as you can see, the options are many. And you could also be a brand ambassador. You could mention products that you use in the business and have affiliate links. So as you can see, there's so many different ways of making money online. Which one of these four would you be interested in finding out more about. So MLM, franchise. So which one would you want to go for? I hope you found this useful. Please don't forget to like, share, and comment on this video. Now, when I share my videos, a lot of people send me messages, and I appreciate that because it shows that you've watched the video. However, what I would like you to do, love you to do, is comment on the video. It costs you nothing, but it does help me because it means that people are interested in the video, and YouTube show that video to even more people. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Remember to be bold.